it's April, and I'm sorry, I thought my camera was on, and all of a sudden it just clicked off. I was saying that this is a simplified file of the one that Louise has made, and guys, you have got to check out that file that she's done. It is absolutely fantastic. She has created a card. This is a pop-up card for the monthly supporters, day 8 for July. But her file is, the mechanism, this part is going to work the same, but she's added an extra element of a Santa that pops up out of the chimney, and she has set hers up as a fireplace, where I have simplified this for video time purposes and working on the rest of my Christmas and July projects. So I just didn't have time to cut the elements and put them together and learn how she did her file. But she is going to be doing a mock-up of it and posting that for you guys. I included her link to that file in the description of the file that you're getting. So read that description. Her file is in there, and you are just going to love it. And I'm just using tape runner on this because of time, so we don't have to sit and watch glue dry. And you're just going to fold your card panel. I'm using Cartabella paper from Christmas delivery, and it's, again, something I had left over from last year. And I'm just placing my panels to the inside and giving those a rub. You can use your art glitter glue. I normally would. I just am pressed for time to get your videos and files out for the day because I am behind. But her file is going to be absolutely fantastic. You have to check that out. Then I'm going to put this panel on the front. Make sure I got my tape runner going the right way. It jammed up on me, and I guess that was what was telling me my video wasn't recording, because I was going to pause it, and it wasn't going. Then I would have had to cut another one and start all over. So now we have our panels on the front. Now I have elements in Design Space. They're not exact. This is a piece of that cardstock, and I just cut the panel out on it. But I have replicated one similar to it, and you can go in and change it and add whatever you want. I'm going to be adding some thread and a poinsettia to the center of mine to pop it up. And then I'm going to be adding 3 here. So I just put some in there for you guys. And these are just some that I had left over from Hobby Lobby from last year. And I'm going to use those on the front. I'm just not going to put them on right now. And then I cut some, actually I punched out from a scrap some little bows with one of my Tim Holtz punches from Sizzix. But I did put a bow from Design Space in there for you guys to use. So, I mean, use what you have. If you have some scraps, I just felt that my scrap might not make it in Design Space and lift up off the mat and everything with that scrap that small. So I just punched mine. All right, so I'm going to be layering this panel up right here. I'm just going to go ahead and put that guy on. And then we're going to move on to the mechanism. My tape runner is still acting all wonky. It's like it's folded or something. I'll fix it later. I think it's just that refill. So I'm just lining that up. And I'm trying to give myself the same amount of border all the way around there. I'm just going to press that down. Then we're going to open it up. We're going to go with our boxes here. Now, I am going to use some art glitter on these because I don't know how much stress is going to be on them, and I don't want them to pop apart. But you're just going to fold on all 4 score lines. Super easy, super simple, super quick. I have to put that in there for Sue. It's one of my little taglines that I always say. All right, we're going to glue this box, and I did go around the edges of this buffalo plaid just like we did yesterday on the live, and I showed you. And I went around and covered that white edge like this. When you cut your patterned cardstocks or double-sided, you got that white edge. And it's fine on this because I have white on there and this one. But on this one, it was just really stark. So I just toned it down by taking my black Copic marker around the raw edges. So we have that box, and I'm just going to give that a good rub. Okay. And I cracked my paper. You don't want to crack your paper if you can avoid it. And then I'm going to fold it the other way, and we're going to give that a rub. And if you do crack your cardstock like I did, I'm just going to dab it up a little bit, and it will show on that red. If you want to use 2 different markers and do your red and all that, you can, but it'll be okay. I'm just going to run it down and just hide a little bit of it so it isn't so stark. All right, so now I have this box done, and you're going to do the same thing with this one. And I am making mine look like little gift pop-ups in there. And then we're going to do this one. Those all nice and even. I know it doesn't look even, but it is. I've got my edges even here, but then my stripes don't meet up. That's okay. All right, and you're going to fold both of those and give those a rub both ways. I was just letting some of that glue dry so I didn't get any slippage. There we go. All right, we're going to fold this one. Just want to get it to getting some play in there, okay? And now we're going to take, and I'm trying to determine where my seam is at, and I'm going to put that to the back, and you can do yours any way you want. You need to make sure this is square, and you're going to line it up on that your points on your score line, okay? And we're just going to come in here, and I'm going to decide, I'm going to put my seam down on these. I think on this one I'm going to go up. Because I want that red stripe to show over here. It'll be okay. And now I'm going to place glue. You're going to be placing these just like this on this box. You can, it doesn't have to be lined up right now, but you're going to be placing it on this box. So I'm just going to put glue on this panel where I want it to sit up against this box. And we're going to square those up on the bottom. Okay. And you can mash it flat after that, but you're just going to line it up. You're only gluing that one panel. Okay, just like that. Make sure it's on there evenly. And then we're just going to give that a rub and get that glue distributed, just like so. We're going to open it back up so you know where it's going. And then you're going to place glue on one panel. And you're going to place it on this side, all the way down. And I'm just going to fold it up. So if you want to just lay your box flat, put one on one side, one on the other, just remember only glue one panel, whatever's easier for you to remember. Okay, and then we're going to open that up, and now is where you want to make sure that this part is square. Okay, and we're going to place glue on this bottom panel. Okay, this bottom panel right here is where it's going to go, only on the right side. And this is where it's important. I'm just holding this up and I'm standing up so I can make sure that I'm square And I've got the point right at the top here, because if you don't, it's going to stick out the side of your card once you close it. So right there, just like so. And then I'm going to hold that in place. I apologize if my head gets in the camera. Just making sure that I get it where it needs to be. I hope I have it right. And we're just going to tuck that one down and give it a press under here so that it sticks. And then we're just going to close it down and give it a press, okay? And then while it's closed, we're going to put glue on the bottom of this one. Don't go past your score line. And just glue the bottom of that one. Hold it down and close the lid or the front of your card and give that a rub. And you can see why I didn't put any of my other decorative pieces on yet. And then we're going to open that up. And when you open it up, you've got your little pop-up. And I'm off a little bit. Oh, well, I'm going to live with it. I'm off just a tiny bit. I don't know if I can re-stick it. I'm going to live with it. Make sure you get yours butted up against that. I don't know if I can get it off of there. I should have used tape. I'm going to leave it. I don't want to make a mess of it. But you need that score to be fitted right up against there. It should be fine, though. I just maybe opened it up too far. Maybe open it up all the way and push it back in that seam against this piece. Oh, I see what it is. I didn't have it square. Did I? I was off on my square. So you want to make sure you get it square. That's where my problem came in. All right, and we're going to add, and I am going to go back and add some liquid glass to these bows. And I am adding one at the top right here. I did do 4. And 1 over here. Now, if you put too much dimension in here, it may not close right. So be aware of that. I'm going to put a bow on that side. So I have a bow on each side here. And then I'm going to put one on top of each one of these packages. I hate that I got that off center. Ah. Oh well. I may redo this. I might. Such a cute card. And I'm going to turn this one this way. So we have our gifts. And you could put pictures and messages or something down in here. You could stamp it before you glue them together. Super cute. And I am going to add some glue dots. I think I want a bigger glue dot, though. Those are lines. Here we go. And I'm just going to place my poinsettia on there and try to lift off that dot. These dots are just super sticky for some reason. I mean, super, super, super sticky. I even tore my flower. I don't know about those. Maybe if I do it the other way. I don't know if these are just old or they're an off-brand, but they're always giving me a fit. And I'm just going to place one at the top. And one at the bottom. And then do my center. That way I can get them centered up. And I have those on there. Now I'm going to get some twine, I think. I think I have some red and white twine. Maybe use a piece of that. I don't know yet. I have a mess here. My cardboard tore. Well, it didn't tear. Somebody, a little doggy I know, got into my stash and she was eating the cardboard off of my ribbon. Well, I don't know where the end is. Little Miss Orchid. She's under my feet, always. So I'm just going to cut some twine and I'm just going to see. Maybe tie a little bow. And I'm just going off. This has like some twine and a red flower. And so that inspired me to do this. I'm going to do a double loop, I think. So I'm going to go in and add 2 more loops. I know, I tie them weirdly. That's okay. A twist in that one. I don't like that twist that's in there. I can't get it out. I may have to retie. But that's okay. I'm going to go with it. That's cute. I can glue dot it and fix it, maybe. So let's get one of those super sticky ones again. I'm just going to put it right down on the card. And now I'm going to place that bow on there. And I want that one to stay just like that. I'm just going to use a dot of art glitter glue to make that stay while I work on it. I want that loop. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. See it flip on me? It doesn't like it, but it's going to stay. I'm going to make it stay. I say I am. Here we go. Maybe. Okay. Let's bring it down behind. There we go. And now one more little dot. And we're going to place it right on top. Pull that. And it has a hold. That dot has a hold, big hold. There we go. How stinking cute is that? And I may go in and add some liquid glass just to add some shimmer and shine on here. As a matter of fact, I will. But you have the idea, even though I made a boo-boo. Don't make a boo-boo on yours. And I'm just going to go in and add a bead and let that dry before I take my photos. I lost my pen. I know it's here. Oh, well. I'm just going to add some liquid glass and I'm just going to brush it out on these limbs and let it dry and we'll be done. So I am going to move on to the next portion, which is going to be our freebie for the day. Okay, guys, here we are with our freebie for the day, and this is a gift card holder. It's going to create 3 little pockets, and I have already pre-folded this just so I could get some memory going. You're going to fold on your center score line and burnish, and then you're going to fold on each one of your score lines going across. And then you're going to take and fold up on your diagonals, just like so. And then we are going to add some glue right here on these tabs. And we're going to glue those together. Actually, you can put your panels on now. Let's just put our panels on now. I'm going to bring these in. And let me set my little cards to the side here. And we're going to put a panel here, here, here. And then we're going to put one here and here. All right. And this is our belly band. And we're just going to glue all of these into place on the card. And my glue is clogging up on me. Busy, busy day. And I didn't put my pin in it. So we're just going to place all of these right on the card. And this is a pattern paper from a Bo Bunny paper stack that I had. Not sure what the name of it was. And then I've just got a piece of pale gray cardstock. This is Joyful Christmas by Bo Bunny is the stack this is out of. You can probably find it on Amazon or scrapbook.com. There's a link tree link down below that will take you to all of my links in one place so that you can find what you need. And I appreciate you shopping my links. It does help support the group. Thank you so much for that. I'm just going to place all of these on. And this is a file by Louise Beauregard. She made this file, and I hope I'm putting it together correctly. I think that I am. We'll see. All right. And then once you have all of those on, we're going to fold this way in half, okay? And we're going to glue these tabs. Don't want to get glue on the inside. Just going to glue those tabs. We're going to glue this one too. I'm just going to fold it right in half. And then you should have an open end. And when you push, and you may have some resistance, okay? When you push, you're going to create your pockets. But it's going to fold up in a hexagon, and I think I folded mine backwards. There we go. That's the back. The back doesn't have panels, but if you want to cut panels and put on there, you can make it just as pretty on the back. So it's going to look something like this, okay? And then we're going to do our little note cards, and you can put your notes on these, or you can put this big one, I think goes to this for the belly band. And then that one has the rounded top, and that one too. There we go. Now I've got them right. And I'm just going to be putting some art glitter glue on these. Just on the tips. Don't need a whole lot. Cute little file. Thank you, Louise, for creating this one for us. And then we're going to place that little snowflake right there. Mine's off just a tiny bit. Get over there. There we go. All right, I'm gonna peel out all my chads here that are hanging. There we go. want those in there. I think it's time for a new blade. And then I'm going to just dot each one of those ends. And go around the middle a little bit here. And with these, you can dab with a makeup sponge, your glue, and dab them on these intricates. Or better yet, you could cut them on the Cricut Smart Paper with your Maker 3 and just peel and stick. I should have done that. And then we're going to place that one to the side. And then we're going to bring this one in. Super cute. So we have those, and now we're going to make our little belly band. Have some little hangers on in here too. Let me punch those out. I think they cut. I just think they're trying to hang on. So I did cut it on intricate, but it like a little point stuck on each one. And one more. There we go. And now we're going to glue this one on. And this would be really pretty in some foils as well. So there we have those. And now we're going to take our belly band, and I'm just going to bring it around and give it a little. Make sure that you want it taut, but you don't want it so tight that it won't slip off. I'm just gonna give it a pinch there. Then I'm just going to come in and put a little glue on the end there, just on the very end, and then on the very end on this side. And we're going to line those up and glue that together. And that should give us enough play. I'm going to test it while it's still damp enough that I can get it apart if it's too tight. There we go. Now we have our belly band done. And we're going to glue our snowflake right to the top. And you can pop dot this up. And I'm just going in the center here because I don't want to glue it down. We're going to hide where we glued our band. I'm just going to slide it off so I don't glue it to my card if any glue squishes out. Give that a press from underneath. And then I will hit the edges of my snowflake where they land. That way I'm not getting glue on the outer portion where I don't need it. Okay. So now that's ready. And then all you're going to do, you've got 3 little pockets, and you can put your note cards on the inside, each one of these. So there, when you open it up, you have all 3 of them right on the inside. How cute is that? And you could probably do them in this direction too. Do them in different directions. Super cute. Thank you very much for that file, Louise. And you can drop your gift cards in there. And they will fit, I believe, in this looks like a 5x7 envelope. So 5x7 envelope, it should fit. And now we're going to move on over to the annual supporters file. Okay, guys, here we are, and this is day 8 of the Christmas in July, and this is going to be our annual supporters card for today. You're going to have several pieces. You're going to fold. I've done some pre-folding. You're going to fold your card base in half, and then you have 2 pieces like this with a score, and you're going to fold those in half. Then you have 2 inside panels. These are going to go to the inside of our card. And then you have an outside panel. Now, if you don't want to do wiggly legs, you don't have to. You can pop dot them up and it's going to be just as cute. But there's a hole in this, so you may want to contour that out if you're going to do it like mine. And then this is going to be the top piece on the card. And then I have his legs. Now, I put a little eyelet in mine just so it would move easier. It is not necessary. I mean, it's totally not necessary. You're just going to need a brad, and I just did that so that mine would move just a little bit easier. And I have my hole just a little bit too low, I think. Nope, that's right. So we're just going to pop him up. I think I will move it up in the file just a little bit. It's good. If you're doing a brad, then it's going to be fine for you. And if you're not doing a brad, you can just move it up just a hair and it will be just fine. You don't want to tighten that down too much. I'm going to loosen mine just a little bit. You want to give it a little bit of wiggle room. Okay, and then I'm probably going to tape a penny to the back of mine, just to give it some weight. But I'm not going to do it right now. You can tape a penny, or you can put a little magnet. I guess we could put a magnet back there. That'll give it enough weight to swing back and forth. Just going to grab one here, if I can get them apart. They don't want to come apart. There we go. I'll just use one of these little thin magnets. No need to magnetize it, but it's just small enough of a disc. And that's going to give it that little bit of weight so that it'll swing a little bit easier. Okay? There we go. Super cute. So we've got that on there. And then we're going to do some foam and pop this up just a little bit. And I am going to put some other decor on here, either some Nuvo drops or something like that. I'm going to decide where I want to put him in just a moment. I'm going to go ahead and I am going to use some tape runner and put these 2 pieces together. Since it is Cricut foil poster board, I don't want to use glue on that. And we're just going to line that up on its little offset, just like that. And that's going to go on the front. I wanted red, but I didn't have any red. But I think it's going to be fine. I'm going to pop it up, so that'll be cute on the front. And then you have these 4 little cuties that are going to go on the inside of these. All right, and then you have 4 pieces like this, and it's going to be a super simple fold. We're going to fold it on the score that runs down the middle, and then you have 2 scores on the end. You're going to fold those up like you're making a little airplane, and then I'm going to fold them back. You want some play in this card, so I'm going to just go the opposite direction on all my folds. And then on this fold, with it folded in half, you're just going to fold the whole end over on those scores, both ways. And I want, this is Cricut cardstock, I want the smoother side. It's got some texture on the other side. I want the smoother side to be gluing to my card. So I am going to fold this in and pinch it and then fold these back up. So you should have a piece that looks like this, okay? That's all there is to it. You've got 4 of those. So let's put it together. And for time purposes, I am using tape runner. Guys, you can use your glue. I have mine sitting out here without its pin in it, so it's probably clogged. And this is some old designer series paper from Stampin' Up, I believe. I don't know if it is still available. The striped stuff. And the front panel, the foil, that is Stampin' Up. And the last time I looked, they still had some of that available, but it was on clearance. So I don't know if you can still grab that or not, but you might get lucky. But I think this here was from like 2 years ago, so I'm seriously doubt that they will have it. And again, we're going to line that up. I'm not doing a very good job of lining up today. Yeah. See, I missed it. Get yours on straight. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to fight it. If I used glue, I would have had some wiggle room. I'm just going to close it, and then I'm going to put the front on. You want to put your legs on before you put this front on. And let's see if I can get glue on there and get some wiggle room for the front. All right. And then we're just going to lay that out. Let's see, why couldn't I do that with the inside? I don't know. So there we go. Got his little legs on there, and we're going to wait and do the front. Now we're going to open up these 2 pieces. And one's going to be your top, one's going to be our bottom. And you can decide how you want your little storyboards to lay out. I have to fix this tape runner. Just haven't had time yet. And we're going to pop those in on our little board. Push down. And then I want the North Pole one next. It's like it's folded over. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to get this glued to. It's like it's stuck to itself and it doesn't want to get off of there. Surgery on a tape runner. Let's see. I can get it. I need an extra hand here. To hold that out while it runs. So maybe I can get through. Well, it was getting better and now it's off again. All right. So we're just going to line this piece up. And try to keep it straight and stick it down. And then we're going to get our second board. This is going to be my bottom one, and I want Happy Holidays last. Having to do extra glue because I'm only getting half of it. There we go. And then we're going to place this one on. And give that a rub. And now you want to get these little pieces, and you're going to start, and you're going to have one of your points to your right and your two flaps pointing up, just like this. Okay? And we're going to put glue inside on both sides of this. And we're going to fold our bottom card, and we are going to place it on the card just like that. We're going to pinch it in. Just sandwich that in. Okay. Then you're going to get another one. And we're going to place it in the exact same positioning, just a little bit further up on there. Okay. And we're going to give those a second to dry and make sure we got enough glue on them. Give them a pinch. We're just going to set that to the side and let it dry. And then instead of doing that this way, we are going to, needs to go, which way does this need to go? This way. Opposite. We're going opposite. You're just going to flip it over, okay? So that the, I guess I could say that this, with your wings flattened, your flat side to the top, okay? But you're just going to put glue in there again. Just flipped it over was all we did. We're gonna put that one on at the top. Make sure you're at the top. And then again, you've got, this is the way they went on at the bottom. For the top, you're just going to flip them over, okay? Get that glue in there. And same thing, you're just gonna, same position, you're just gonna move it down just a little bit further on the card. Make sure everything is sticking. Okay. And now we're gonna come down here to the bottom, and we're going to put glue just on these two tabs, okay? So right here and right here. And you're going to line your card up. And that point should be right at the inside of the card, the score line, right at the score line, giving yourself just a slight edge here, kind of evening it up. And we're going to press down the front, okay? And we're going to flip it over. I'm going to give that a rub just to make sure that I've got it stuck down. And now we're going to put our glue on these two. And we're going to close the card again. Give that a rub. So now when we open it, oops, we want to let it dry. Make sure you let it dry. I'm going to give that a second. And while that's drying, we're going to put some pop dots up on this. Make sure it's stuck. And I think I'm going to use a little bit of foam tape to get a little bit taller dimension out of this. Here we go. These are some Stampin' Up! Foam lines. I'm just gonna cut a couple off here. and they're just done in strips. And I'm gonna put him over that, but I don't wanna. Okay, so I'm gonna go about halfway up, right about where that hole is, where he's holding the gifts. Find my scissors. Hey, I'm getting stuck everywhere. And snip that off. I'm just going to put a small strip down here so it won't interfere with his little legs. Kind of like a little box. And I'll put another strip up here at the top. And I'm just going to get just a small, tiny, teeny piece so that his hat doesn't sag. Okay. A little bit extra, we can save that. And let's see. There we go. So when you open it, and it's going to, the more play it gets, you can kind of push it down and bring it back up. There we go. Just poke it in there and it'll come back up, and just give it some play. The more play it gets, the smoother it's gonna get, okay? Now we're gonna put the top one in, same way. Just gonna fold our wings back. We're gonna figure out where we want it. At the top here. Make sure we're not in the score line. You just wanna be up to the score line, not in it. And make sure it's straight. I can't go by this because I got that off. Just a little bit. I went down the side. My stripes aren't straight. So I'm going across with the top here. That looks good. Hopefully. And I'm going to close that card, making sure both of them are down. Give it a rub. Open it up. And actually, in the real world, I probably would have done the fronts so that I could get in there and rub it without messing with this one, and then done the other, but it's there now. And just give that a rub. And we gotta let that dry before we open it again. And so we're gonna peel off our little elf piece here. Pull all these release liners off. And there we go. How stinking cute. And I love it. And then we are going to, I think I'm going to foam tape this one up too. Cut another little strip. And then we'll just peel that off. And you can use thinner foam dots if you want. I just want to pop this up since I didn't have any red foil. I probably do, I just couldn't locate it. That's probably what I should say. And I'm just gonna put that at an angle, pop it up right there, Elf Surveillance, and that should be getting pretty dry. I'm just gonna give it a push down just to get that broken in, and then I'm just gonna push it back. I'm just gonna push it right in that little area right there. Triangular, I should say. I should have gotten more glue on the edges here of my panels. But again, I was just doing tape for time purposes. You guys use your glue. Doesn't want to, I got a little kink right there. In my cardstock. Doesn't want to cooperate. And I know I folded that the right way. Always when you're in a hurry, right? Okay. There we go. There we go. Make sure you get your finger. I wasn't getting all the way down into this corner, and I was moving it. There we go. So we got it. And now when you open it up, your storyboards are going to pop. And again, the more you play with them, I would break that. If you're using the 80-pound cardstock like I am, I would fold those again just to be sure. I did them twice, but I would do them maybe 3 to 4 times and get them broke in. But how stinking cute. I think it would be super cute to put like Merry Christmas right here. Or put something that Santa may be peeping through, a Santa face. That would be so cute. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I will catch you on day 9. Please give a thumbs up, a like, and I'll see you tomorrow.